Yo guys, what's up? AuroraVirus here.
And Segacamp.
And this is part 2 that we promised you would be up Friday. So here we go. Segacamp, I'm going to let you go ahead and start off. Now you said you had a very interesting glitch in Majora's Mask. Tell us all about it.
Yeah. Well, it's like this though, but it's a little tricky to do, but it's pretty easy to do actually. You see, if you're in the Astral Observatory, around the net of the final day, right about 5 seconds right before the moon falls. It's best that you slow down time to do this, by the way. But around 5 seconds just before the moon falls, if you quit looking through the telescope as the moon falls, the moon vanishes. It
Oh,
just vanishes.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I I haven't seen a video that's been done on YouTube, but then they said that you can't talk to anybody except the astronomer or the guards. But when I tried the glitch myself, though, no one showed up in Clocktown at all. Even the festival tower is gone. The carpenters were building that 3 days in a row. It's just gone once you do the glitch.
Wow.
Even as well that you can't even pause the game at all after you do this, except once you get the dawn of the new day, or what I should say is night of the new day. Then after that, you can finally pause the game.
Yeah, I
Pretty cool though.
I think I've heard of that glitch before. I'm not sure, but like I said, or before when we talked on Wednesday, there was also I think a weird glitch I ran into on Ocarina of Time. I forget what it was, but I think it. Let's see, I'm not sure. Well, there was some strange code or something that you could actually get the Triforce, but I'm not. Well,
Yeah, I've seen it been done myself as well. I've seen some videos on YouTube being done on it as well. There's like the first one is actually in the Princess's Castle, in Hyrule Castle, and then the second one I heard was in Unicorn Fountain in Zora Domain though, but it's pretty impossible. Like the only way that I've seen it been done was you had to do this glitch in Lake Hyla to get underwater in Zora Domain, and then when you go there, it's Adult Link though. But when you're underwater though, it's just the water is still running. But then once you finally appear on the surface, once you get out of the water on the surface, the water just freezes over again, and you can't go back underwater again.
that's cool. So switching to anime for a minute. So, what have you watched Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds?
Well,
And if
sort of,
so, and
but
if
I'm
so,
not
what
really
do you
interested in
think
the whole
about it?
show.
If so, if you've watched it before, what do you think about it?
It's pretty interesting for Yu-Gi-Oh so far, but like I said, I'm just about getting my mind off of Yu-Gi-Oh now. Yu-Gi-Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh and part of Yu-Gi-Oh GX was cool, but I'm just not that fond of getting into Yu-Gi-Oh now. I'm trying to get my mind off of it.
Now in GX, the only one that was never played was Obelisk because the Winged Dragon of Ra was played in like episode 86, and then the Slifer was played in the last episode. But because 4Kids never dubbed the last season, then we didn't get to see that last season. And really, they had one more episode to go in season 3, but they never finished it. And so now we may not even get to see the last season dubbed, unless somebody possibly fan dubs it.
Yeah. Hmm.
Let's see. Uh, Now I heard about the 10th anniversary Yu-Gi-Oh trailer that's coming out, and apparently I think Little Karibo is uh gonna be parodying that. Like, what do you think about all three characters coming together, Jaden, Yusei, and Yugi?
It's pretty cool. Yugi, Jaden, and Yusei. That sounds pretty cool. All seeing them all come together and what about a movie together.
Now, in a way, to me, Yusei does look like Yugi. Really, when you kind of look at them all, they almost look like the same person. I mean, when you
Well,
look.
then again, Jaden's last name is pretty close to Yugi's. Like, Jaden's last name is Jaden Yuki, and Yugi's. And as you see, there's like a little difference. Just a G's changed to a K.
Let's see. This going back to the games now. Like, what let's see, what have you like tried any of the new like the Wii Motion Plus thing and stuff for the Wii?
Well, I wasn't planning to get Wii Motion Plus. I do have tons of Wii accessories, but I'm not Wii Motion Plus. And I don't think I might though. Like I got the Wii Zapper, and I got the nunchuck, and I got the classic controller. Surprisingly enough, it almost looks like the Super NES controller, but with the 2 control sticks and a few little extra buttons added onto it.
Now, have you played the new Super Mario Brothers game for the Wii?
Oh, new Super Mario Brothers Wii? Yeah, I have. That's pretty cool.
What do you like about that game than, per se, the older ones?
Well, I don't have a grudge against the older ones. I'm pretty surprised about Super Mario Galaxy 2 coming out pretty soon as well. I already played Super Mario Galaxy, and even as well, though, in Super Mario Brothers Wii, you can also unlock Rosalina if you play Super Mario Galaxy. Pretty weird.
Let's see. We're going to the Nintendo 64 now. Like I said Wednesday when we did part 1. I think my favorite 64 game is probably Super Mario 64. And I'm sure you probably played it and beat it. What did you like most about that game?
Well, I actually never did play Super Mario 64 at all. I finally have it on the Wii console, but I'm having problems getting right through the game right now. So, though, I really do also like the Mario Party games. Even as well, I have it right here, all 3. Mario Party 2, Mario Party 3.
Actually, you might want to hold that up because I think it kind of lagged right there.
Oh, okay.
So it froze.
Alright. Whoops. Yeah. As you see, well, there's Mario Party 2, and there's Mario Party 3.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, like,
But I already made a collection. I already made a video about my Mario Party game collection as well. But like I said, I don't have the Game Boy Advance or the DS version, and I don't think I'm gonna get them anyway. I'm just happy with the home console versions instead.
Yeah, it's
Because I already tried I already played Mario Party Advance on my Game Boy emulator, and man, it's just anything related to Mario Party at all.
Huh. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Let's see what else. Can you think of any more glitches or any other cheats or tricks you can tell us?
But not really, but I did know a little secret in Ocarina of Time, though. When you go meet Princess Zelda, though, there's actually a window on the side, though, and when you go over to it, though, you can actually see Mario, Luigi, Bowser, and Yoshi, and Princess Peach, I forget.
I think that probably, Super Mario Sunshine, I think for the GameCube, well, the last level of the game was kind of hard to get through, and I think that Bowser was
Corona Mountain?
Yeah, I think Bowser was a little too easy to defeat, and some of the levels were actually pretty difficult.
Yeah. Even as well, I already tried it myself. I got as far as Corona Mountain, but I never could beat it either.
Yeah, it took me a bunch of time just to be able to get to the end where you have to go up, all the way up, and then in that space, and then you go to face Bowser. But really, I think the fight with Bowser was too prolonged, and some of these final bosses just, well, I can think of some pretty mediocre games that have had just the quickest bosses you could ever defeat, like in Resident Evil 5 for the PlayStation, which you probably won't know since you don't really play PlayStation games, but in Resident Evil 5, the final boss of that, my friend, he beat Well, it was hard for him to get to the final boss.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember something as well like that as well. If you remember seeing the Angry Video Gamers first video on Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest, he mentions that Dracula was so freaking easy to beat. If you just keep using the flame on him, you'll just end up defeating him. He won't even stand a chance.
Wow. And
that's a good idea of a lame challenge right there. That is just lame.
And looking at the time here, guys, we have reached the limit for this part 2. There will be one more part 3, that will come up probably Monday. So until Monday, guys, this is AuroraVirus
And Segacamp.
signing off. So until then, bye.